Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. I am iOS Scribbler and I've been an iOS developer for almost 5 years. Over the past year, I've been active on Instagram where I've received a lot of positive feedback, so I decided to start this mini-series on how to build a journal app. Before we dive in, I want to apologize if my English isn't perfect as it's not my native language, but I prefer to use my own voice rather than AI, so I'll do my best to explain the concepts clearly. As promised, this is the first part of a tutorial series where we'll build a journal app in SwiftUI. We'll be designing the app specifically for dark mode and using only native SwiftUI components. For the app's architecture, we'll focus on the MVVM pattern, and for the initial version, we'll implement the repository pattern. This pattern will help us see how useful it can be for managing multiple data storage services. Awesome. Since I know that in many tutorials, creators often skip showing the final result and dive straight into coding, I want to start this first part by giving you a preview of what we'll be building. This is the Mood Scribbler journal app. On the main homepage, you'll see a well-organized list of all your journal entries. Each entry displays the date it was created, a short preview of the journal content, and a rating to present the mood of that day. In the top right corner, there's an Add button. When you tap it, a native button sheet slides up, allowing the user to easily add a new journal entry. This is where you can add a new journal entry. When the sheet appears, you'll notice a cute little animation of a smiley face. This, I think, adds a bit to the charm of the experience. Below that, there's a text area where the user can write their entry, along with the menu to select the mood rating for that specific day. The rating is from 1 to 5, so this updates accordingly. Let's say we want to add a new entry, and we select 5 for that day rating. You can see when we press X here to dismiss this sheet, something happens. So you'll see a loading spinner here that indicates a database action, let's say. And when that happens, the spinner starts and then the entry is added. This is a cool feature to let a user know that something happens that is not happening instantly. Each cell has these 3 dots icon. So when we press it, the same bottom sheet appears, but this time it's pre-filled with the data from the selected journal entry. If we make any changes here, let's say new entry test 2, and press X, we can see the loading spinner. The app recognizes this as an update to an existing entry rather than a new one. And last but not least, we have the option to delete a journal entry. So if the user long presses on a cell in the list, a native context menu appears with the delete action. This triggers a nice zoom in animation with a blur background, creating a smooth, polished effect. Let's check it out. Awesome. That wraps up the preview of the app. I hope you're as excited as I am to start building it. Together, we'll cover everything from project creation and folder structuring to key architectural decisions and the use of effective design patterns. As you can see, it's a relatively simple app, but I believe it includes some valuable lessons that are helpful not only for beginners, but for anyone looking to reinforce best practices. Our focus won't be on creating a complex app, but rather on setting up a scalable foundation with best practices in mind. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy scribbling!